Shout out to Dyme Magazine, man. I appreciate you covering me and all that, and checking me out coming up in their next drop.
Could you please say that again? Trilogy. Excuse me. Your team is the best team. Look, she's already mad at me.
My team is called the Triplets.
The Triplets.
Yeah, the team that's in first place, not Trilogy.
Nah, I was only just trying to start it.
They won the most championships, so you can't hate on them. But I do have a ring already, you know what I'm saying? So we already won the championship, trying to get our second one.
There you go. See, y'all need to understand who this is, man. For all y'all who already know, listen, this is Lisa Leslie, Hall of Famer, killing the game, big time in the business. And now, from the WNBA to the Big Three. Real talk, man. She's big business. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely. I have a question, like, you being a Hall of Famer, you being who you are, and you're so humble. Like, how are you able to do that?
Well, I think it's a blessing. Everything that we get to do has always been a blessing. Picking up a ball and being able to travel the world and eat some amazing food and meet some amazing people, I think it's just a blessing from God. So in that, I think we have a platform and a responsibility to use that, and I try to use my voice and platform, whether it's socially or empowering our people or young girls and women. That's really what it's about for me.
Well, it's wonderful that you said that, because that's what we're about. We're about uplifting women, from the dirt to the however successive love. With you being in the position that you are, what allows you to keep moving, and what gives you the inspiration?
Well, now I have kids, and I have a daughter who's 16, so it's important to, when they look back at this time and just even like what we've gone through the pandemic and then social unrest, it's like, what were you doing and what were you saying at that time? And so as a role model for just my children, it's important to use our voice and platform. But I think even bigger than that, we just have to continue to move the needle, especially for women and young girls. They are the future, but what we're doing now continues to open those doors for them. And that's really important to me, because I remember being that young girl just kind of wondering and hoping that I could reach and achieve all the things in my dreams. And so not understanding that sometimes there's barriers just because I'm a female or just because I'm a black woman, like those are not things that I'm going to ever allow to, hold me back. And I just want to make sure that that's not the position that young women are in, for their future.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because, just taking a step back with you being in the WNBA, you were one of the precedents, that's how you say the word. I always mess up the word, but you being the originator, period, coming in and setting your precedents and passing that torch, how were you able to continue that, with that going? Because you're a big deal.
Well, I think that the WNBA is amazing. I'm always supporting the WNBA, whether it's just mentoring different players that, I don't have to post on social media about, but it's important to feed and give back to those young women and give them advice and communicate with them. And I think the other thing is just they're doing such a great job as far as the game, their individual success, the ball handling skills, like everything's improving, their range to shoot. But I think social media in a lot of ways have had an amazing impact, very positive impact on growing the game. So we're really excited about that. Obviously TV deals are great, sponsorships, NIL is really opening up, and even though that's mostly for college, but it's also, carrying over into the WNBA and those women having more opportunities through endorsement. So I love the growth of the game and very excited about it as well.
Definitely. Now, crossing over now to the Big Three, knowing you now taking that and bringing it to this level now, your energy from over that side to now this side. Come on, like, who else is doing it better than you?
Well, I think the Big Three is an outstanding opportunity for all of us, whether it's former players or for the players themselves. It's a different game. Playing 3-on-3, I played 3-on-3. I love it. I love the dynamics of it. But what Ice Cube and Jeff Quasnitz has been able to do is change the game, adding the 4-point, shot, having the bring the fire. All those things are really exciting. But it also comes down to strategy and who can make buckets. Every single game, it's a toss-up. You don't know if you're going to win. The first to 50 is not guaranteed that you're going to get there, and I think that's the beauty of it. It's regardless of your record today, every time you got to go out there and you got to bring it and be ready.
Definitely, you're absolutely right. And with the Big Three, dealing with things on the court and off the court, the whole dilemma right now with the whole NBA and all that other, like, I really feel like everyone coming together, such as yourself, everyone who's involved in the Big Three, really having Ice Cube's back with this. To me, that's what means a lot, especially to the general public. And when a lot of people knew that that we were going to be coming and doing interviews, they asked us, hey, let the word get out. Ask them, as far as how they're continuing to push to help Ice Cube, and that's what matters to most. It's like a family.
Well, I think the consistency of us being here, you have so many legends connected to this game. You have the players out there. The product is amazing. And I think we just have to continue to push forward. Just show up every week in and out doing our jobs. And if we're all doing what we're supposed to do, the public is not ignoring it. They're coming out. They're supporting us. And as we continue to tour and go to these different cities, we really appreciate the people, because it's the people who really allow us to have the success that we have.
Definitely. And my last question to you is as the Big Three continues to move on, what will be your continued role that will always inspire you about being a Big Three member? Big Three family.
I think it's just the support. I mean, really, it's about showing up. It's a big sacrifice for me personally, just having kids during the summer, but I also love it. I'm very passionate about it. And I think that's the case for each person. I mean, whether it's the men out there playing on the floor or us coaches, as well as Nancy, who's been blessed enough to coach her own son. It's all a sacrifice for us, and we're all making it. But I think it's for the bigger good. I think it's a great opportunity for NBA players that are ready to retire to have the Big Three to come to. I think for players that are overseas who may not have had the opportunity to play maybe long enough in the NBA, that the Big Three is definitely a viable opportunity for all of them.
Well, you heard it best, man. The one and only. The one and only. What else is there left to be said? There's not enough to be said. You heard it all.